the clergy, Kenyans, stand up for Jesus. Because you cannot be standing up for Jesus if you're in Shakahola. And I'm happy the church has come out very clearly on this matter. But I wonder why Raila Odinga was denied access to Shakahola. And they allowed Shakila, my party secretary general, because I think the Senate committee was going there. So, in the spirit of openness, this matter about Shakahola has hit international news. It has put this country's name negatively. Watch Al Jazeera, you watch other places. Therefore, it behoves us as a nation to be very open about what happened in Shakahola. And as Shakila said, I think that we will know eventually the truth. Now, allow me to read the following because I want to really celebrate our teams. The clergy present have delivered a timely and very thoughtful message that at its heart reminds us whose children we are and why all of us, at all the times, we must praise and be thankful to Almighty God. I'm thus vividly reminded of Psalms 9:1. I quote, I will give thanks to you, Lord. With all my heart, I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. The last time we gathered here, on January 15, 2022, we had the Yatta Declaration. And I would want to invite my brother Raila, on behalf of Azimio fraternity, to come up with the Yatta Declaration 2. We, as an affirmation of the endorsement of a few months prior, in November, at our Wiper Democratic Movement, a National Delegates Conference in Kasarani, when we then Yatta won, the declaration affirmed the conclusions of what had happened at the Delegates Conference. Ultimately, as Wiper and the One Kenya Alliance, Oka, my sister mother at that point was actually with me in Oka, having consulted widely and particularly cognizant of what was at stake for all the people of Kenya, we joined hands with my brother, former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, and Sister Mother Karua in Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, and crafted the Azimio One Kenya coalition. Others were my brother Gideon Moi was with us, and Kanu in Oka, and I think several other friends who sometimes the going became very tough. I saw one of them running as independent somewhere in Luo Nyanza. However, our presidential electoral victory was openly stolen by the minority Chebukati-led Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and illegally validated at the Supreme Court of Kenya. In the National Assembly, our majority coalition numbers were unlawfully and systematically reduced to mirror the farce of a stolen election. Today, I want to express my sincere appreciation to all of the Wiper leadership who, despite intimidation and overt bribery, notwithstanding the bets of which political party would be the first to fall prey to the whims of those who currently hold the instruments of power, stood and continue to stand firm and tall. Heko to Wiper members of parliament. None of them was able to get hoodwinked. And if any of them would dare after today, clearly, the next general election utakuwa umejipeleka nyumbani wewe mwenyewe. As your party leader, I take particular pride when I look at all of you and take in our diversity of representation. Against all odds, we have grown from Ukambani region. This is a national political movement of Machakos, the Ukambani region, Lower Eastern, Machakos, Makueni, and Kitui counties, and spread to Taita Taveta. Out of the 4 elected members of parliament in Taita Taveta County, 3 of them are Wiper. And of course, we also spread to Tana River, to Nairobi. That's why we have Mawathe and Embakasi South and other places. to Kajiado, to Embu, Busia, Kisii. Now I know where you come from. Now we know the culprit. It is one Mawadhe Musili. Tafadhali, hold your peace, hold your peace. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. You know, ndugu Raila Wakamba wana msemo that an animal smells exactly like the forest from which it slept the previous night. Nyamwe nyunga kitheka kila ye. Ama nyunga kitheka kia ilobi. So, I can talk of Garissa, Wajir, Wiper's presence in 14 counties, and as a movement, I honestly believe this is just the beginning. But we might, in the interest of this nation and growth of democracy and deepening of our gains, have to operate now perhaps. This is my challenge to the leadership of Azimio. We now must move with speed, consolidate Azimio National Secretariat, and be able to see whether going forward we will not give Azimio #1 priority. To our 3 elected governors, the 3 deputy governors, our 4 senators in this Lower Eastern region, 23 members of National Assembly, apart from the council, I think we're about 30, 4 county women members of parliament, 3 speakers of county assemblies, and 111 members of county assemblies. I salute you all and loudly say, hongereni, hongera, hakika tutaweza. Na hakika muliweza. I would also like to pay tribute to all those who sought elective office on a Wiper ticket across the country, but unfortunately did not prevail. William Shakespeare, in one of my favorite plays, Romeo and Juliet, wrote, I quote, "There is an old saying that applies to me. You can't lose a game if you don't play the game." End of quote. So, at the end of the day, you are the next lot of leaders. And to be honest with you, as Wiper, not to frighten our colleagues, our big brother ODM, if we move the way we did, we would even take over Kisii in Nyamira. I know we have MCAs from Nyamira. Did they come? Mheshimiwa Ndonya Aburi, oh, there she is, the Kisii County Women Representative on Wiper. But they worked very closely with the ODM governor of Kisii. The Bible, in the wonderful book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 tells us, there is an appointed time for everything, and the time for every affair under the sun. End of quote. This afternoon, here in Niata, may just be considered an appointed time, as we have invited our friends in Azimio One Kenya coalition here in a continuation of our town hall meetings. Ndugu Raila, this is actually a town hall meeting. Come to think of it. That's what we did, Sister Mother. We said a town hall meeting. But wow, what a town hall meeting. It's wonderful that you all could find time to come. Therefore, this continuation of these town hall meetings, and we call them sometimes the People's Baraza, to deliberate certain affairs afflicting all Kenyans under our sun. Despite the bipartisan talks between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, there continues to be a sustained assault on democracy and an obvious attempt to take Kenyans back to the days of single-party dictatorship, as it then was, by consuming legitimate political parties. If this was not the case, we, as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, will be the majority in the National Assembly. Our majority was stolen in broad daylight. Therefore, that's why we continue to fight for democracy. On Monday, we joined the rightful leadership of the Jubilee Party at their NDC at Gong Racecourse, because they even were denied going to Bomas of Kenya. And we did this in solidarity, as well as to publicly express our revulsion at the blatant attempt to take over party by hypocrites. As the nation heard from Gong Racecourse, let them too today loudly and clearly hear our emphatic no, no, you will not take over Jubilee for the sake of democracy. Not now.